man, give him power and see what he will use it for. And to remind us that even as we commemorate
naomba uweke mikrofoni karibu na mdomo wako ili sauti iweze kusikika vizuri.
And to keep us reminded of the Gen Z's protests which we are talking about, I want us to think that what exactly has made us to be here where we are today. And to bring it to discussion is that we have a regime that came and promised us on podiums of better promises that we would have seen that they will have improved the life of Kenyans. But then these promises, these very same promises that were made, are forgotten on the table. And to say this is that what has made the Gen Zs or ourselves to come out and demonstrate is the fact that the government of the day has ignored what it had promised, and it is not time to silence them. It is time to hear them. It is time to give them an ear. It is time to bring them on table. It is time to discuss with them, and it is time not to ignore what they are doing. Otherwise, the revolution of Gen Z is awaked. And I've just had the discussion about the constitutionalism, and to say this, that we have I think Kenya has the very best constitution, the 2010 constitution. But how are we implementing the very said competition? For example, Article 37 that says every Kenyan has a right to picket and demonstrate, so long as they are not armed. And for this, the constitution guarantees such a right. But how is the state, bringing this right to work? Because if you see a Kenyan with a Kenyan flag, if you see a Kenyan with a bottle, if you see a Kenyan with a phone, and then you meet with them and throw them tear gas canisters, and then you throw them live bullets, I mean, they're human beings, and they will react. Mm-hmm. And that is what brings violence to this country. And so to say this is that the government of the day should hear the Gen Zs, should bring them on table, give them discussion, and hear what they want. What we want is that the best of this country. We do not need anything more than that. And to say this as I finish is that we do not need anything bigger. We want a country that is accommodative to everyone.
And Singa, we'll be coming to you to understand what exactly you mean by you should be engaged. Are you ready? Because then we appreciate what happened, the revolution that came with the Gen Zs. But the question was, were they ready? Because how do we talk about being leaderless? How do we talk about all this confusion until the president himself does not even know whom to call on the table for a conversation? He says, you mobilize yourselves and then reach out to me. Perhaps nobody ever did that. Today, there are some of you who are being considered as traitors because then they found themselves into political parties, and whether they're enjoying fruit or not, we are yet to see. But I would love for Kwamboka to tell us something. Kwamboka Rebecca, you see, wanasema kwamba mtafutaji hachoki na akichoka amepata. Kwa hiyo labda we still are in the streets because we have not gotten what we have wished to get. And then one would want to ask, is it worth the fight so far? Or perhaps we might as well just say, cool down and wait for 2027.
Yeah, my name is Rebecca Kwamboka. And in this discussion, I want to make people understand that we know that we will not achieve instant change. And that's why we are constantly out there, making our voice heard, ensuring that our sentiments are heard, recording what we feel should be done at every juncture of this democracy. Mm-hmm. So the government now meeting us with vitisho every day. It's going to be hot out there. Who is going to make it hot? It's the police. The people say they were going to be peaceful. It's going to be peaceful protest. So it is the government who is instigating all this violence. The youth do not want violence. We only want to be heard. We want the democracy to actually reach a point where going to the streets is not a threat to the government. And is it really worth it? This is a stage of growth for every democracy. And for Kenya to actually evolve to be bigger than other democracies who have existed for the longest time, we have to allow us to grow. A child has to go through this stage, and it's part of growth. So we have to take it and allow ourselves to grow from just being independent to having constitution change, and now allowing protests to be peaceful and actually effective at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Naam. Shukran sana kwa kauli hii.